Welcome to Cultivating Courage, a podcast exploring fear, courage, and stepping into a life filled with purpose, connection, and love. This week, we're joined by Shona Moeller and Robert Conlin of We Meet Again Coaching. We're deep diving into my relationship as I take on the hot seat in this mini coaching session. Stay tuned as we chat about being worthy of love and falling into the trap of finding the perfect time to have that imperfect conversation. P.S. I'm going to go ahead and apologize now for the number of times I say like, you guys. I know. Hang in there.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Cultivating Courage podcast. I am your host, Matt Maxwell, along with my co-host, Kristin Robinson.
Hi, guys.
Excited to be here today with Robert Conlin and Shona Moeller.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yep.
Yes. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
We've done some episodes with you in the past. Professional coaches. You each have your own coaching practices, but you specialize in, or together you have a company where you coach couples or relationship coaching. But boy, did I mingle that? Mangle that?
Yep, you got it.
Mangle it.
If you haven't yet, listeners, check out our other episodes together. Mm-hmm. And we may cut this little bit of audio if we decide to roll this episode first.
No. If we
or stay tuned for future episodes in which we will talk more about their careers and lives. Today, we're going to do some coaching. And in an awesome twist, we're going to actually allow ourselves to be coached.
Yes.
By coaches.
Correct.
And we'll just let you guys take it from there. Anything to get to before we jump in?
Did we say the name of their company?
We Meet Again.
Yep, we meet again coaching for couples and singles.
Cool.
Yep. And before we jump in, one of the ethical guidelines of coaching is confidentiality. Sure. Obviously, this is a little different scenario, so I just wanted to check in and make sure that we're okay with recording this and sharing as you will be.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I am.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes, and we've had a couple of episodes where we discuss distinctions between coaching and therapy and consulting and all of that. Mm-hmm. So
awesome.
That's been covered.
Yep.
Sweet. So you know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
dun,
dun.
Dun, dun. Although I've never worked with you, so I don't know exactly.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool. Are you just ready to jump in then?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Got your back.
Well, Kristin, you got two coaches here. Do you have a request that you'd like some coaching around?
Yeah, so, yes, I do. So, my life there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of moving pieces right now. And one of those pieces is that I'm considering a move to another city because there's a boy I like. And I'm more portable than he is right now. And so we've had the conversation. It's been a casual conversation, but I feel like it needs to be a more serious conversation now. And I'm not really sure how to do that in a really open way that allows for just a genuine, honest conversation about where we're both at, timeline, like just the logistics of all that.
Sure.
Is that a request?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like there's a next level of commitment, or what does that move represent to you?
It represents seeing if we like being in the same city together. So we've known each other for a couple of years, and we've always done it long distance. So to me, I'm not particularly married to like where I live. So while moving, I think feels kind of serious and like the next level, I guess I don't have any real expectation that it means anything more than like, let's try out being in the same city. Let's try like spending more time together in person and like see what happens.
Got it.
but I'm also aware that that's maybe an odd way to hold that. Like,
So what do you want by the end of our conversation?
to be really clear and comfortable on how to approach talking to him about it in a more like serious way, because I feel like up to this point it's been kind of like, wouldn't it be fun, like shouldn't we whatever, and like sending like apartment links to each other, or being like, oh, you should apply for a job like at my company, like we're hiring, like so little kind of things, and like a casual conversation about it, but like, are we doing it or not? I guess. And I feel like I don't want to be that abrupt about that conversation, like, are we doing this or not? But like, that's kind of what I want.
So a clear idea of how you want the conversation to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why does that, did you have something?
Yeah. So it sounds like what's next in my relationship. What's his name?
Tevin.
Tevin. So what's next in my relationship with Tevin may require a move. And I want some clarity and be comfortable in understanding what those next steps are.
Yeah.
Are we getting it? Okay.
Yes.
How would we measure that clarity or that comfort?
I don't know. I think that I instead of feeling nervous about having the conversation, I feel excited about having it.
Okay.
Can you measure that? Is that measurable? Like a shift in how I'm holding it, I guess. But I don't know that that's measurable.
Yeah, if we were like measuring your excitement, like how would we know you were excited? Like, would it be like, oh, if I shifted the way I was being in this conversation and I was excited about it, I'd actually have the conversation tonight.
Right.
So that might be a measure that, oh, I would have this conversation tonight.
Yeah, I would have it Thursday when I see him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of continuing to put it off, or
Yes.
just be in that
Right.
fun. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Like he was here this past weekend and we like, oh, hypothetically, whatever, but we never got into it,
Cool. Yeah.
you know?
So what's the whole value of having that conversation for you and him?
I think that we've been hesitant to define exactly what we are and where we're going. And we're both kind of okay with that. But I also think at some point you kind of need a little direction. Like, is this worth pursuing for both of us? Or like, should we part ways and just be really great friends? You know, like I'm not saying like, oh, we need to decide we're going to get married like right now. But like, what are we a little bit? You're laughing at me.
No, what I'm hearing is you ultimately want this to create clarity in your relationship.
Yeah.
And how it moves forward.
Yeah.
And that's the value that you want to create from this conversation.
Right. And it's weird. I guess it's weird because it's like, why would you move somewhere where you're not clear about where it's headed? But I don't know that we can truly get that clarity without being in the same city either. You know, like I think it's hard to have a conversation like we're both committed to each other. Like we both know that. We both have expressed that. But to look like, okay, are we committed to like the kids and forever? It's hard for me to say like, yeah, I am committed to that. Like, actually, it's not hard for me to say that. I am committed to that.
Yeah.
But like, I can't, can I like commit to that without having ever lived in the same city and spent more than just like, feels like every time we're together, it's fun, right? Because it's like vacation. But like, I don't know, I need that everyday experience, I think.
So why does a relationship, or maybe this relationship, like why does it matter to you?
Because I want a partner in life. Like I want someone to share, like I want someone to share my life with. Like I love my life and I'm happy. But like I want somebody to like love their life and be happy with me. You know, like I want that, like coming home from work and being like, what up? How was your day? Like, let's go get some wings. Let's go like eat burgers. Let's like, you know, whatever it is. Or like, I had the worst day. Like, I just want somebody to share life with. I want like my person.
Yeah. Can I reflect something?
Yes.
So it's interesting. You started out like, I want more clarity. I want to feel comfortable on like what I actually want. And it sounds like you're actually very clear on what you want.
Yeah.
Like really clear.
Yeah, I'm pretty clear on what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want it. And then the other thing is like, it reminds me of, do you remember like in elementary school when you're like, I like him if he likes me?
Yes.
There's almost like some of that, like I want this experience of relationship if he wants it. If he doesn't, we'll kind of just maybe see how it goes and figures it out.
Yeah. I think I am terrified that I want it more than he wants it.
What if he does?
Want it the same level or not the same level?
Not the same. Then
that's what it is. And it will be like sad and hard. I think like in my mind, he's probably the one person I've ever dated that I would still want in my life afterwards. Because like he's one of my best friends. And we were just friends for a long time too. Like we've gone through stages. And so it's hard for me to imagine life without him. Yeah, it's hard for me to imagine life without him. So he's the one person I've dated that I would actually want to figure out a way to, if we're not on the same page, end things in a mindful way that allows us to like still respect each other and like recreate the relationship from what it is to like friendship. What?
This is so funny because normally we're able to like pass post-it notes on like what each other is thinking, and I can't read his mind. But it's so funny because you talk about how you're terrified of what that could create, and then you already have an exit plan.
Yeah.
On how it would go if you.
Don't you need an exit plan? Is that not normal? Don't you need an exit plan?
I always have one.
What does the exit plan get you?
Comfort. I think like protection. Like it's it keeps one foot over here in safety. I think like, oh well, like yeah, I really want this, but if not, like here's what I'll go back to, here's what I'll do. Yeah, I think it's just like human nature. What's the worst case scenario? What would I do?
Yeah.
I wonder do you believe that you can actually have this relationship, the one that you want?
Yes.
It's very convincing. Yeah.
I do believe that I can have it. And I do believe that I'm worthy of it. But I also know that I don't like being vulnerable, and I don't like being hurt. And there's a part of me, I think, that like if I fully put myself like out there, then of course there's the risk that it's not reciprocated. And I think a part of me is like, well, like then you were like dumb for ever thinking like there's a part of me that's like, you knew better. You knew better. And like that sometimes that gets in my way, I think. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things probably that get in my way. But yeah, I mean, I think I do think I'm like, I can have it and I'm worthy of it. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of like doubts around
the critical mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the impact of you, or what's the cost of it continuing to be the same for you?
That I'm never fully self-expressed in my feelings towards him.
I like him. I like you if you like me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
What's the cost for him?
Never knowing how much I care for him.
He might know after this.
Yeah. I don't know. We don't really talk about the podcast. I mean, we talk about podcast oh, I've got a podcast today. Have fun. You know, but we don't necessarily talk like, oh, I really liked that episode with whatever.
Yeah. Well, you guys will probably be engaged by the time this episode comes out.
Oh, stop it. Matthew. Stop.
Can I just share something that's coming up for me?
Sure.
This is not coaching.
Coffee.
But it's a reflection. It's something you said that I see in me, and I think for relationships generally, which is like the degree of option that I have is to share. I like you. Do you like me?
Yeah.
Right?
Check yes or no.
Yeah. And then it's like, and then I have to be with whatever their response is, which might be like, yeah, but not as much as you like me, or it might be like, yes, actually, I totally love you, and I've been waiting forever for you to say this, or who knows, or it might be like, oh my God, that's too much, I'm out.
Yeah.
Whatever the range is. But it's like, what I heard in your speaking was like, okay, so I could share, and then his response like, I have no ability to influence. And it totally denies the possibility of enrollment.
Oh, interesting.
And I see that like for you, but just for us.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's like, I want you to enroll me. Go after me.
Yeah.
Show me what could be possible, but through a relationship with you. But it's like all we do is say like, hey, I kind of like you. Do you like me? And then the wall's up. Mm-hmm. That's as far as we'll go. Instead of like, hey, I'm so
like
into
this
you
is what I
that
see
I'm like
for us.
really gonna put myself out there.
Yeah.
Here's what it could be like. Here's what a relationship with me could be like. Here's what we could create together, right? Like there's another level of openness and enrollment that we could actually bring.
Yeah.
But when it's just like all I can do is share my feelings and then cross my fingers that they feel the same way, maybe it's not giving us all the opportunity we could have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think that's what has me curious, like when I asked like, do you believe that you could have this, or are you worthy of it, which you kind of went into.
Yeah.
Like how willing are you to be in that level of commitment, or how ready are you? Had me like kind of curious too.
Yeah. So is that the question? How ready am I?
Let me see. I think it goes back to like how much do you believe that you can have what you want here?
I truly believe I can wait here as in relationships or here as in this one?
In relationships, I think.
Yeah. I believe that I can have like what I want. Mm-hmm. Like I believe I can like I am the author of my life and I can have the vision of, waking up in the morning and like seeing the person that like I love and like being excited to see, like to wake up and see them and like go about our day and sit on the porch, like overlooking the lake, drinking like coffee in the morning and like all of the things that I picture for myself, I believe I can have. But I don't know why I'm not like creating it.
Yeah. What is it's a great question. Like, why am I not creating this?
Yeah.
What's in the way?
Yeah.
What is your, are you connected to like intuition or spirit or something like that?
Yeah, like I believe I definitely believe like gut feeling. I believe in that like we're all aligned with something bigger and that how we feel creates the experience that is coming to us.
So what does your intuition inform you of here with him?
That we would be like super happy and like have fun and laugh and like support each other for always.
Cool. So what has had you wait until like now to like want to have this conversation or get this level of support to go have it?
I think I don't know. I think maybe I wasn't ready to like admit that that's what I wanted and that I want it with him.
And you're sure that that's true for you now?
Yeah.
Cool. One of the cool things about working with a coach is the concept of like accountability and doing it now. Mm-hmm. Would you be willing to go call him right now?
On a normal day, I would say yes. Mm-hmm. Knowing what he's doing today, I feel less good about doing that because he's visiting his buddies and they're tailgating.
He's tailgating right now.
Oh. Maybe not the best conversation to have over a lot of beer.
Yeah. If he wasn't doing that and I knew he was at home, I would call him right now.
Okay. And
you're like, listen, call him anyway.
Well, I mean, it's not that calling is the right thing to do, but like notice, I'd have you notice in your pattern, waiting for the right time or waiting for the good thing. It probably is why you're in this experience of relationship that you are in now.
Yes, and it happens everywhere. Like it's not just here, right?
Yeah,
like
we were just gonna ask that.
So
I want to have a conversation at work that I'm like waiting for the right time, and like that truly, there's never going to be a right time.
No,
like that's that's never going to be. There's never going to be a good time for that one. So
so consider like the level of action to be in to get what you need. Mm-hmm. My assertion is going to feel very awkward and uncomfortable for you. Speaking the thing is going to feel like ashes in your mouth. It's going to just be terrible. But like, it's going to be the genesis to create the thing that you actually want.
Yeah.
So consider like doing it now.
Yeah.
If it's not right now, obviously we're on a show and stuff,
Right.
but like, it's just that level of like, I'm not going to wait 1 second longer.
Right.
Because this is what I want in my life and I know I want it.
Yeah.
And then allowing yourself to be the consequence of you choosing you.
Yeah.
Because you may get what you want, you may not.
Right.
So what do you, I just talked a lot. Like, what are you getting from kind of how we've been in our reflections?
I 100% like, oh, I forget that we have mics there now. Heard there's never going to be a right time, because that is 100% like something I do regularly. And I also recognize that if I'm the author of my own life, then I need to put the pen on the paper and like write the words, say the words, take the action. And like, I know I need to do that. Like, that's the hard thing, right? I know I need to do it. That's not the problem. The problem is the actual, like, go forth and do.
Well, the problem actually might be the answer. So like you doing the,
my mind right now.
it's working. Coaching works. Well, my assertion is that it's what's holding you back is actually the result.
Yeah.
So either he says no, sorry, or he says yes, sorry. Those are two big be withs for you.
Yeah.
Right? No, sorry, it's the heartbreak or the reinvention of the relationship, right? The yes, let's do this. It's packing up and moving across the country.
Yeah.
Right? There's something to be with in both situations.
Yeah.
And what is the one that's more aligned with the experience that you want to create, right?
Right.
So are you willing to say the bold, scary thing in service of what you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, we're clear on what we want, right?
Right.
We're clear on what's in the way,
Yes.
right? So then now it's by when will we take the action to get what we want? So that's where I would go with you next, is to create some actions. Like, all right, I will call him by Thursday.
Yeah, I'm flying to Denver on Thursday for a training. And so I'm staying with him. And so, by Thursday. Because I feel like maybe it's a wall, maybe it's a curtain, but like I feel like I want to do it in person. Since I have the opportunity, like, so close.
What's predictable?
That I'll get there and it'll be like so good to see each other, and we'll just want to like go to bed and snuggle, and then I'll wake up in the morning and he'll have to go to work, so I won't want to have the conversation. And then it'll be Sunday and he's dropping me off at the airport.
Yep. So thanks for seeing it, right? So you're gonna see your BS, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to hold you accountable to actually do that big, scary thing? So there you are at dinner, sitting in front of him, and you're like, I want to have this conversation about taking our relationship to the next level. And you're going to be like, don't do it. It's not a good time. You're going to ruin dinner or whatever.
Yeah. You're going to cry, maybe, in front of all these people. You should wait until we get home.
What you're going to do is you're just going to say, I want you to listen to something with me. And you're just going to play this episode.
Brilliant.
And then just say,
let me know what you think.
What do you think?
Perfect.
You guys got to hold her accountable.
Well, no, like, I think where we're looking is, then we start to look at like, okay, it's predictable that I'm going to resist this.
Yeah.
Maybe a place to look is like, what could you do right now that would like burn the ships?
Burn the ships?
Make it so that you have to have that conversation.
Oh, like text him and be like, we got to talk on Thursday?
I don't know.
But
I don't know if that's it. I'm not saying that's it.
Yeah.
It's just what could you actually put in place right now while the intention's clear?
Closing all the exits to what your normal pattern would be.
In service of what you actually want.
Yes. Did you guys all feel the resistance radiating off of me?
What is that?
Probably going back to like, it's I think it's less about like finding the right time in this moment, and now it's more about like other people, like, oh well, I don't want to worry. Like if I text him and say we got to talk on Thursday, then he's gonna be worried, and that's gonna ruin his day. Like all of the like conditions like that I'm putting on it.
Yeah.
Like that's the resistance that's happening right now for me.
Yeah, and that's just likely. I mean, you ultimately get to choose, but like just noticing that's likely just more of the flavor of it's not the right time.
Yeah.
You know, like. Just notice in yourself if you're creating all the not the right time.
Yeah.
In different new ways.
Yes.
Like everywhere.
Different new ways. Yes.
Yeah.
Our minds are insane.
Yep.
The other thing that might be interesting would be to look at what would have it so that Thursday night could not occur to you as anything other than the perfect time.
Being like really clear on what I want, being really excited about what I want so that I can enroll him in it.
So how would you create that?
Probably some sort of writing exercise. Like, what does, like in a year from now, what does this look like for us?
Cool.
And like, yeah, this is what I see as possible and exciting and fun.
Enrolling yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. What else do you got?
I think I go back to the accountability piece, right? So we got some actions. I'm gonna have a conversation by Thursday. I'm gonna create this future vision by.
Yes, I'm gonna create the future vision by tonight.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna read it every day and add to it, because like I feel like every time I do a writing exercise like that, when I read it, I'm like, ooh yeah, and this, and just keep it really present all week. So I'll read it every day, and then I'll text Matt Friday morning, be like, it's done.
Okay.
Or not, but it's done, because it'll be done. Because I'm doing it, James.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, she's declaring it pretty strongly.
And yes, so in some of that, you mind if I?
Yes.
Okay, there might be another practice or action around like why you would.
Why I would.
Have this conversation, write this future vision. You know, it might be part of your future vision, but you know, why would I fly across the country, have this very intimate conversation with this man I care deeply about? Why would I paint this beautiful picture of my future? You know, why would you do any of that? It's likely going to be very uncomfortable in some aspect.
Yeah.
So why, you know, what are you actually committed to for yourself, and why you would do something like this? You don't have to answer now, but it's something to consider. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you write that down?
I got it all.
The why would I?
Yeah.
Thank you. I got it all.
The other thing, just like circumstantially, is it's like what could come up Thursday night circumstantially that would have it occur as a bad time, and how could you actually be at cause to create, like, we're going to go to dinner, will you come to dinner with me? Like, if I'm going to propose to someone, I'm like,
creating an
you're
experience.
not proposing. That's not what I'm saying.
Let's
My point
be
is
clear,
like,
viewers and listeners.
No, that's just an example. It's just an example of a way in which we can actually create the circumstance.
Yeah.
Not just here, but actually like
out in the world.
Yeah. So that it's not at effect of whatever plan he happens to be making. And right. It's like, I want to do this at a park, or then it's like, hey, can we go to dinner? And then this part, like, actually create the circumstance such that it's the way you want to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Do you see anything there?
Yeah. Like I get in, I think at, 8:30. So I don't know what that would look like setting the stage, but maybe like let's go grab beers when I get in. Like, for sure, let's leave your house. Like, let's drop my stuff off
think
and
that'll
leave
help?
the house. Yes,
Cool.
I do. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I am more excited.
Since we're just kind of like looking at all these accountability structures anyways, I think the other one that might be cool for you to look at is like, how will you reward yourself? No matter how it goes, for doing something like courageous and outside of your comfort zone.
Celebrate.
It's always such a hard one for me. You would think it would be easy to like reward yourself. But I have all these like stories about, well, what level of reward is this worthy of?
What does your heart say?
My heart says I'd want to like go shopping.
As every woman's heart does.
I mean, that's generally how I like to reward myself.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
So buy yourself something nice.
Yeah. Maybe some new sneakers. Not gym sneakers. Sneakers.
Sneaks.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. Complete?
Yeah, I feel good.
Can we acknowledge you?
Yeah.
But what was the value that you got in kind of being in this conversation with us today?
Yeah.
I think the value for me was like talking it out and having it reflected like back to me. That's always a really helpful thing for me in coaching conversations. I think on a bigger scale, a reminder that I am the author of my own life and I can choose how it goes. But then also being called out on why I'm not doing that. Like, because it's something that, like, as soon as you said, like, oh, the right time, it was like, light bulb, oh, duh, of course, like, that shows up. I mean, I immediately looked at Matt like, oh, yeah, like, yeah. And it's like there's just, so that was very valuable to me to just have it out there and be able to now really see it and be aware of it as I move forward, not just with this, but in all areas of my life.
Nice.
So I think just like recognizing the BS that I kind of like have created for myself, the racket that I like to run, if you will. And like, now being able to be more aware of it.
Nice.
Instead of it like being like, oh yeah, I know I do that, but like really see it.
Yeah, it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, it's been put out there and recorded.
Out there.
Really out there.
Yeah. So was there anything missing or disempowering or from the experience?
No, there wasn't. At the beginning, I felt like I knew what I wanted, but I think it was different than what I really like needed. Mm-hmm. And that was awesome too. And I suppose could be added to the value column, because it's like you guys didn't just like rush into like what I had said, but really like dug around and poked around until we figured out like what it really was that I needed. which was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
And we would like to acknowledge you. Something we do as coaches is acknowledge the people that we get to be with. What would you like to be acknowledged for?
For boldly going after the life that I want. Yeah.
Yeah, Kristin, I want to acknowledge you for being the author of your own life, for having the courage to...
I've got one in my pocket.
Okay. To have the courage to create the love that you want, to literally fly across the country to do so. Thanks for closing some exits, which I know can be scary.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for it's like trusting yourself and your intuition in a way that's going to help support you and do the big, bold, scary things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for going after it.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and thanks for stepping off the playground and into like a bigger home, into your adult life, into into the world you want to create. Like, your podcast is all about courage.
Mm-hmm.
And being coached in front of a camera with microphones about something that is so close to your heart is the epitome of courage. So thanks for bringing that and being such a light for others to step into their vulnerability. And I have no doubt that our listeners or your listeners are going to take some courageous steps because you were able to showcase that here.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's been a joy.
Thanks. Yeah, thank you guys.
You're a badass.
Total badass.
I'm so proud to be a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
So you can reach us at wemeetagaincoaching.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or shoot us an email at hello@wemeetagaincoaching.com.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Listeners, consider where in your life there's something that you know you want, and what's in the way is a scary conversation. And create what you need in order to have that conversation and see what's possible in your life.
Yeah.
Have a great week.
Bye, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. I'm Matt Maxwell. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or other social media, or learn about coaching with me at thisishearthstone.com. And please check out my book, How to Hold a Cockroach, now available through Amazon. You can connect with Kristin on Instagram at Robinson Kristin, that's Kristin, or find her upcoming workshops at thrivecoachingstudio.com. Please subscribe to us wherever you listen and leave a great review.
Don't forget our practice for the week. Consider where in your life there's something you know you want, and what's in the way is a scary conversation. Create what you need in order to have that conversation and see what's possible.
We'd love to hear how it goes in the comments section wherever you listen, or leave us a note at cultivatingcouragepodcast.com.